welcome back to Ahead of the Curve. I'm your host, Dr. Megan Teed, and today I'm going to be talking about what you should do if you're experiencing a pain flare-up from your scoliosis. And I have some simple tips. This will be probably a pretty short episode, so hopefully you can just listen to this quickly if you are doing something else and re-listen to it if you can't remember my points. So it's pretty common when you're experiencing a pain flare-up, especially if you have scoliosis. It's common for people to panic because your spine is involved, and when you're having pain surrounding your spine, it impacts everything in your life. So it can be hard to remain calm when you're having a flare up like this. So just kind of continue to remind yourself that, this is maybe something that you've experienced before. So try to rely upon, how you worked through it, how you came out on the other side of this pain flare up before, and it's possible for you to recover from it again. It won't last forever. When you're in the midst of it, it can feel really defeating and scary, but I think that those are important things to continue to remind yourself about. The next thing is to continue movement as much as possible. So that doesn't mean pushing through excruciating pain. It does mean finding movements that you're able to tolerate without your pain level skyrocketing. You want to maybe try to go for a walk or do some gentle knee sways, pulling one knee into your chest at a time. Anything that gets your body moving, gets the blood flowing to help nourish your back and help to alleviate any maybe muscle spasms that you're experiencing. And kind of in relation to that, if you have like a scoliosis specific exercise program that you're doing, all of those same rules apply. So even though you may have exercises that are generally really feel good to you when you're not having a pain flare up, it's possible that some of those movements may not feel quite as great when you are in that pain flare up. For instance, your pull-up bar elongations. If you're somebody who generally keeps your feet lifted off the floor when you do your pull-up bar elongations, when you're having a pain flare-up, you may want to try to keep your feet on the ground. I highly actually recommend that. I actually highly recommend that because when you're having a pain flare-up, usually oftentimes you have a muscle spasm involved, and that's when you're doing those elongations with your feet off the floor, it's providing a very large amount of stress and traction to your spine. Even if you are staying engaged with your muscles, it can exacerbate your symptoms and make things feel worse. So try keeping the feet on the ground. Try even making your range of motion smaller when you're going through your elongations, just being very gentle with everything and not pushing and forcing things into pain. Additionally, my other suggestion, this is my third suggestion, so we're not panicking. We are doing gentle movements that your body and your brain and your pain level are tolerating. My third recommendation is to do some breathing using your props. So either wedges, towels, whatever. And I suggest possibly placing them on the opposite position of what you normally do. First try, excuse me. I just said excuse me to my to my microphone. I talk with my hands and I'm like knocking my mic around. First, try the way that you normally prop. So prop your prominences. And then if that isn't feeling great for you, try propping the opposite way. So that means propping your empty spaces. And I know you might be like, what are you talking about? This is completely opposite of what, I should be doing because it's actually reinforcing your curve. However, it might be what your body needs in that moment, because when you are having a pain response, a pain flare up, your brain is resistant to forcing things into whatever position your body is already in. So if you're able to meet your body where it's at, so meet your body in that rotation, maybe in that muscle spasm, and kind of provide the support in the hollow spaces. It's almost like giving your spine and your body a little bit of a hug. And that way, it's like cradling you so that you're able to actually relax in that position, relax into your breath, return to a parasympathetic state, and then it eases up any tension that might be causing the additional rotation, the muscle spasm, etc. And my final recommendation would be to do some self massage. So, whatever area you are feeling is painful, taking your hand and rubbing along that area with your hand very gently can provide a lot of help. And I know that you may already like automatically do that. And it's even better if you can have another person doing that very gently. It's like, when your child scrapes their knee or they bump their head and you kind of rub their head very gently and give it a kiss. That actually is something that provides a lot of pain relief. So doing that as much as possible can help to alleviate the symptoms that you're having and reduce the pain response that you're experiencing. I know that I did say that this was going to be a shorty. I wasn't kidding. Very quick episode. But if you have any questions about anything that you might be struggling with, maybe you've been having a pain flare up and you haven't been able to get yourself out of it, I love hearing from you. I love the messages I get from people. So thank you so much for your curiosity about learning more about scoliosis, either for yourself or a loved one. It brings me a lot of joy to be able to do this and provide information for people, because it is like the wild, wild west out there. There's a lot of crazy things that misinformation about how you should be working with your spine. Some scary stuff out there as well. So please use me as a resource, and I'm happy to help. Have a great rest of your day. Until next time, stay well and stay ahead of the curve.